future leaders. I am Atieno Ashley, and keep watching Hope Channel Baraton. As we continue the interviews, also remember you can send in your questions through our YouTube. Thank you. So before we start, I would love you to introduce yourself, the department, and why this.
Thank you. I'm Bifon Maina, theology student, third year in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton. My position of aspiring to seek this position of religious affairs is to represent my fellow comrades who are fellow students in the Sabu leadership. Their voice is my challenge. Their focus led me to inspire myself to this position.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Josephat Ndau Movengei, a student in the Department of Theology and Religious Studies. I'm in my third year at the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, and my greatest motivation for vying for this seat is my determination to be of service to humanity and also to God. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, as I said before, I'm Valens Uchieng Majanga from the Department of Theology and Religious Studies. I'm in my third year, and the motive for me vying for this post is that I've been in this school long enough, and I saw the religious demand of of my fellow students, both in the department and in other departments. And I'm here to address these challenges. I'm here to give listening ear and to give my endless effort to address the spiritual needs of my fellow comrades, together with the lecturers. Secondly, I had the option of vying for other posts, but because of my spiritual standards and the suggestion from other students, they gave me the priority to go for religious affairs. Thank you.
Thank you. When we talk about a congressperson for religious affairs, could you briefly explain or tell us who exactly is a senator for religious affairs, and what exactly your role is for maybe a student who doesn't know? We'll start with you, Majanga.
Okay. According to the Sabu constitution, the roles of the senator, religious affairs, number one, to represent the spiritual needs of the students, both in the department and in the university at large. Secondly, my role as the senator, religious affairs, will be to carry out the duty that will be assigned by my bosses or any other sub leader to the duty they will assign me to do, I'll do. Then number three, the role of a religious senator is to represent the students in departmental assemblies and any other gathering of the university.
Okay, I think that's enough. Josephat?
Thank you so much. According to Article 10 of our Sabu Constitution, number 8, we get a list of the responsibilities of a congressperson in the side of religious affairs. And one of the responsibilities that stood out that I ought to work tirelessly to ensure that I meet is representing the religious interests of other denominations, of all denominations and all religions. And one of other responsibilities that stood out is being a servant who will be sent in different responsibilities, who will be appointed different responsibilities. And the greatest of all is also taking care of spiritual needs of Sabu. Is thank you.
Thank you. Vivon?
Thank you so much. The role of religious affairs. One is to do and ensure equality among all denominations and clubs, groups, and personal level in the University of Eastern Africa. Baraton is well represented in the voice of Sabu leadership. Due to that one, as a leader, it will ensure and give a good representation to represent them with equality. Point two, which is the role of a religious leader, who is the Senator for Religious Affairs, is to hear the call and work with my fellow leaders who are the Senate of Campus, Senate on Campus, and the Sabu leadership with the university administration in representing the views, the challenges which the students are facing in their hearing for implementation, for changes, and ensuring these students are growing in spiritual life according to God's will and according to university guidelines. Thank you.
Thank you. When we talk about, I've heard all of you talking about spiritual needs. Can all of you mention at least 2 spiritual needs that you think your colleagues or students in other departments, what exactly are those spiritual needs? 2 points each.
One of the spiritual needs my fellow comrades have requested. Now, one is each person. We are having 2 groups which are in the university setup who are fellow students. Due to that one, my first spiritual need, which I will ensure, is to provide secure lessons for those who are between the age of 18 to 22 under the guideline of the university and the Sabu leadership with the chaplains. 2, for those who are above, all those who desire to work and who are ready to listen and learn from the adult lesson which is being currently offered. Again, that category to be provided.
Thank you. Josephat?
Thank you so much. One of the spiritual needs is promoting a lifestyle of Bible study, and the second one, promoting a lifestyle of prayer. Thank you.
Okay. The spiritual needs that I would like to address for my fellow comrades. Number one, spirituality is not all about being preached to. Personally, I have encountered comrades who are suffering mentally. So, if I secure this position, I'll be a school figure. And several students will have that opportunity to approach me in alliance with the counseling department. We will try to help our comrades who are undergoing depression. Number two, I'll encourage the reaching of our comrades, reaching them in a way that if they have needs that they might not address to those who are not age mates like the chaplain, they can easily access me and address them to me, and I'll see on how to help them. These needs include fooding and clothing. That in my manifesto there is a way I've stipulated on how we will mobilize them for them to access them. Thank you.
Thank you. A few weeks ago, the Cabinet Secretary of Education stated that students should not be forced to go to church, especially if they're not of the denomination of the school. Do you support this statement? If yes, support your answer. If no, what is the way forward? I'll start with Josephat.
Well, according to me, yes, students should not be forced to attend church services. However, I would like to say that if we could, as a university, work to create a good rapport between denominations, or perhaps establish a platform for interdenominational associations to ensure that all other religions or all other denominations feel accommodated, it could work better. However, I would like to say that any institution has got code of laws or regulations that regulate the members of that institution. And therefore, as a Baraton fraternity, I think there are rules and regulations that govern us, and that which, by accepting to be a Baratonian, you accepted to be guided with those, or you accepted to live in accordance to those rules and regulations. And therefore, a time like now, when we are supposed to attend church appointments, I think it is my responsibility, because I accepted to be a Baratonian, to abide by those rules and regulations. If the statement of the CS is to stand, we need to also sit back and revise our rules and regulations, of which I don't think it is very much possible for now. But then I would wish to say that personally, I have seen these church appointments improve me a lot, and therefore, I don't know. A minute, please.
Okay, before you get back to you, Majanga.
Okay, my stand is that students should not be forced to attend church services if they are not of the same faith. But what I can suggest, that if I'm in the position, I will ensure that we help them appreciate, because I believe that church services help us help us in our daily lives, and there is a way it can assist us spiritually to move. So I'll encourage ways that help these students appreciate the importance of attending these church services. It is not good to force them, but I'll ensure we appreciate and help them understand the importance and appreciate the church services. Number two, I'll also ensure that the school also give them priority, like our fellow Muslim, if they have their feast such as Ramadan, they can be allowed to fast and partake their religious customs. So if you check one of my manifesto was unity and inclusivity. I want the school to reunite together, students from other denominations, they understand, they appreciate the culture of Seventh-day Adventist Church, and this we can do through loving relationship, which I'll promote when I get the position. Thank you.
Thank you. In the same line, do you think the scanning of IDs when people are coming to church plays an important role? Because at the end of the day, what's the need of me scanning an ID when I'm going to use my phone in church? Bivot.
Through this, we can move forward. Through this, we can have a guideline. Attending university appointment, somebody who is coming to church and start using the phone. This person is supposed to be talked to. This person is supposed to be silently approached. Even the fellow, those who are sitting next to the person, are not needed even to realize what is going to happen to the person. Due to that one, my work as a religious affairs senator, I will work with my fellow Sabu leaders, dean's office, appointment office, and the DVCs, the entire team, even security guard, and try we make rules which will give a limelight fellow students to appreciate the law of coming to church and ensuring they are following the scanning of the university appointment. But they must realize, as we realize all of us, it's not a punishment.
Thank you. Just but I believe you're now ready. Let's go back to a step back, and then you answer the question.
One of the things that I want to make mention is that forcing people to come to church should not be done. I want to thank God because of the discipline that we get in the University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, of coming to church. I want also to thank God because the agenda or the reason as to why we are encouraged to come to church is like my greatest agenda of influencing people towards God's purposes. And I thank God because Baraton has in their mind, the mind of God, to ensure that students grow knowing more about God. And that is one of the greatest pillars of this university that I, as a student of this university, have benefited from. However, there are some people who feel offended when they are requested to scan IDs, such like things. To make mention about the scanning of IDs is that since coming to church is one of the university appointments, we as students should cultivate a positive attitude towards coming to church, and we decide in our hearts that we come to church to worship the living God, and at the end of it all, we will find it working for our own good, because it is like, yet we are not children, but it is like planting a seed in we as youths, that which will grow to maturity, and we will never forget about these things, because these things matter a lot in our lives. Thank you.
Majanga?
Okay. To me, scanning IDs was very good, but because I've said my opinion that students should not be forced to come to church, I want to just say that IDs made us to be responsible. You see, people can just neglect because someone might be just there doing nothing but neglect coming to church. But because of the scanning, it can make a student to come and fully participate. Yes, he might come with that motive of scanning, but find a good news in church and participate fully. That is a possibility. Number two, I believe that even if the scanning is removed, if there are some measures that in coordination with the chaplaincy, if I secure the seat, I believe that there are some measures which, if are put in place, students can still come to church and the church can still be full. So if I secure this opportunity, I'll coordinate with the chaplaincy and I'll ensure those measures are put in place and students will still come to church even without scanning of the IDs.
Just a follow-up question. Is the main agenda making the church full, or is the main agenda calling more souls to God?
Okay, making the church full in the essence that students come to church freely. They feel it is just necessary for them to come and meet their God.
Thank you. I understand that one of your roles as a senator religious affairs is to spearhead activities with assistance of club officials as per club interests and needs. Do you know the clubs we have at UAB? Can you mention at least two each? I'll start with Josphat. Should I give you time? Majanga.
Okay, we have the Ambassadors Club, we have the Cute Club, we have the Ministerial Club.
I just said two.
I'm very sorry.
Okay, Bivon.
Outreach Club, University Kolal.
Thank you. Josphat.
Thank you. Ministerial Club Association and Cute Club.
Maybe let me give you a challenge a little bit. Can you give me clubs that are not in church? Because you'll be serving other departments, right? You need to be aware of other clubs. So can you mention any other club that's not in church?
See you,
Okay.
which is Christian Union.
Okay. Just what?
Equity Club, Equity Bank Club.
Okay. Are you sure we have that club in school?
Yes, Equity Club, I know.
Okay. Can we confirm? Can we confirm?
Yes, you may.
Who's the chairman or the chairwoman of that club?
Well, I don't know the chairman, but I know one of the members.
Okay, thank you. Majanga?
I think I said cute, but on top of that, we have the associations such as Nyanam. We have I don't know the name of that Kalenjin association, but I know that Kalenjin team have got a club, even Kamba and Kisses
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. With the differences, how are you going to use your power in helping them achieve their goals, but also achieve a common goal that you have in the universities altogether? I'll start with Bivon.
To help these clubs achieve their goals and achieve one goal of the university. One is balance. All clubs are equal before the university, before themselves, and before Sabu leadership. Due to that one, a club like Outreach is an outreach club mission. A club like University Collab is likewise. A club like the church choir is likewise. When you go to the other club, which is not of the university, but is a club, Christian Union is a club. All these clubs, they are associated with having an achievement to implement in their shoulders. Due to that one, as a reader, I will ensure equality. Like now, if one club is signing out for a Sabbath or for a social Sunday, going somewhere, the university base mark is a certain amount. This club is of a certain amount. This club is of a certain amount. And they are going the same direction. Under my leadership, with the Sabu leadership and the university, we will ensure there is balance. All clubs, if up from here to Eldoret is 300, I'm giving an approximation. If it's 300, each person should pay. All clubs, all members who are going to achieve their mission, let them pay 300 to Eldoret. If it's to Nairobi, it's 1,800. Let all members, all clubs, pay 1,800. Due to that one, they have achieved their target of going for the mission to represent themselves for exposure, for experience. Again, they have given it as an advantage to the university because something or some income is being generated to the university. We are not, and there is another means through these clubs ensuring balance to all fields. We will ensure all these clubs, as they go out, they are marketing the university, they are marketing themselves, because if you go to Kisumu, you have gone there as a person, yes. But behind you, you are representing Baraton University. You have done what we call marketing. Due to the person is not,
Please keep it brief.
yeah. Due to the person, the fare was accommodative to her pocket or his pocket. We will encourage many clubs, many people to feel free and join the clubs. Thank you.
Just what?
Thank you so much. So, my take is that I will counsel the clubs to have a constitution, and this constitution will accompany their registration with the DVC SAS to ensure that the university knows their well-defined goals, visions, and mission, and to ensure that if they are going contrary to the university rules and regulations, they are cancelled, before they can go on with their activities. I will also counsel them to ensure that before they do anything, they make the university aware of their activities. Thank you.
Just a follow-up question. Are you saying the clubs don't have a constitution? Two, don't they tell the university their activities?
Well, maybe I misunderstood your question. Can you please re-ask me?
With the differences in the clubs, how are you going to use your power in helping them achieve their goals, but also achieve a common goal that you have and the universities all together?
Thank you. My take is that I will counsel them before they make any step as a club. They ensure that they get in touch with the university administration and the offices that are concerned to ensure that they don't stray from the right path that they should follow. And also counsel them to stick to their constitutions, because by so doing, they will not go against, they will just stick to the common goal, they will stick to their goal, and also because it is approved by the university, it will be favorable to the other club members. Thank you.
Thank you, Machanga.
My take on reuniting the clubs, number one, most of these clubs are tribal based. I'll ensure that I organize social activities such as games. I'll coordinate the club officials to organize activities. If it is Nyanam with the Kalenjin team, they will have a match there. And I think this will bring more unity among the students. There is a time chaos arose that there is a tribe that is being favored. So through these social activities, we will interact, we'll treat each other as brother and a sister. Thank you.
Thank you. On to our next question. If elected, what do you think you will contribute to the Baraton society and humanity at large, using that role as a senator religious affairs in the university? Josephat?
Thank you so much. Because of my determination, because of my desire, my strong desire to serve God and humanity, one of the greatest things that I promise, given this opportunity, I will do is, one, influence people towards God's purposes. And I believe the university have the best definition of what God's purposes are. And I want to thank God because even doing your studies faithfully is one of the good purposes that my God and your God wishes that you and me achieve. The second one is create a partner with the university to create a platform that will ensure that denominations feel accommodated, and if need be, we create a study platform that will ensure that we create unity, interdenominational unity, to avoid some hard feelings or bitter feelings in the hearts of most of the students due to some of the indifferences. And lastly, ensure that I help the spiritual needs of the students and also the physical needs of the students, if need be, through my personal efforts and also through the powers that the university would have given me. Thank you.
As a person aspiring to be... Bivon, have you answered? I'm sorry, my apologies. Bivon?
God willing, this will be my inspiration. This will be my motive. This will be my spirit. One is to ensure balance is being witnessed between the university administration and the students' body with faculty and staff in the worship services in our daily lifestyle. Because balance is ensured when all of us agree, accept, are willing to say, I'm coming to church not because it's a punishment. I'm coming to attend university appointments, not because I am forced, but because I'm coming to meet my God. Balance must be witnessed. Point 2. Fairness will be my priority. All clubs are equal. All clubs needs a leader who listens to them. All clubs need a support. Outreach needs a support. University chorale needs a support. University church choir needs a support from leadership of the Sabu, university administration, and the university chaplaincy. Due to that one, fairness will be my prayer and my desire to implementation. Due to that one, all clubs are equal before my eyes. All clubs are equal before the sub-leadership. And I will hearken my voice. I will be humble to the fullest.
Keep it brief.
To represent their call. My third point, which is my last one. God willing, this is my future show. It's us as a leader to ensure trust is being implemented. Trust is implemented by ensuring I'm working with my fellow sub-leaders in all levels to ensure no harassment at the gate, by working with the security guards, by ensuring all who are coming to the university appointments are humbly talked to and listen to their views as their leader. Thank you.
Thank you. Majanga?
Okay, my number one point on improving the university religious matters. Number one, I'll empower the small religious groups, such as the ambassador group, the outreach group. There is one prayer band. I'll make them lively so that many students can have zeal to join these instead of idling, but they can partake even in our choirs to improve their spirituality. Number two, in coordination with the chaplaincy, I know that there are students who live in plenty. They have very many clothes. I think we can have an Idi Kitty box where they donate these clothes, and if a student is chased to go back and dress properly, at least he or she is given that dress to go and dress it up. I think they can donate shoes, clothes, those who have in plenty, so that it can be placed there at the gate. So if you are chased, you are given what you are going to dress on. Number three, I'll coordinate with, I think, the work program team to place those who are humble and polite at the gate so that they can address students with respect and decorum. I know it is good to come to church decently, but there is a way that if you are addressed to, you will not feel the love of Christ in that address. And lastly, I'll ensure with the coordination with the chaplaincy that the church have a suggestion. There are things that might not be going right to students in church, and they need to address it. But because of fear, they can't confront the chaplain or the chaplaincy assistant. So if we have a suggestion box in church, they will be free to address all their grievances and what they feel should be improved in church. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you. As a person aspiring to be one of the leaders at UAB, what is your big vision in Sabu leadership, student life, and propelling the mission of the university at large? Majanga.
My vision Number one is to unite all students regardless of denomination, regardless of the background, the social status in society. I'll ensure that they feel part of the university. And I just heard about the vision. You can pardon me the other part of the question.
What is your big vision in Sabu leadership, student life, and propelling the mission of the university at large?
Okay, I've talked about unity. Secondly, I'll ensure that in cooperation with the administration, we create good rapport between the students at the university administration. This will be through creating awareness on school rules and regulations, and taking the views of the students on where they feel should be adjusted. And through the coordination with other Sabu team, will ensure that we address all the grievances of our fellow comrades.
Thank you, Josephat.
Thank you so much. My greatest vision is to partner with the rest of the Sabu leaders to give the best to this institution and to strategize on looking back and see what the other sub-leaders did and ensure that we maximize on our opportunities to ensure that we clear, if not all, at least almost every unfulfilled goals of the previous sub-leadership, and ensure that we give our best, just nothing but the best for this institution. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we continue, do you all know the mission of the university? I'd like you to state it. We start from Majanga.
The vision of the university.
The mission.
The mission. I don't know if it goes hand in hand with the mission of the Seventh-day Adventist of making all to be disciples of Christ.
I do not know the answer. Just what?
Thank you so much. Whatever is in my mind is the mission of the church, but I want to believe that it goes hand in hand. It is very closely related. And the mission of the church states that to make disciples of Jesus Christ who live in loving service to God and to humanity.
What is the mission of the school, not the church?
Thank you. So, I don't have it offhand. I don't have.
Bivon, what's the mission as you answer the question?
The mission of the university
school, yes,
is equality to mentally, physically, and spiritually to all.
Thank you. Now to the question.
Now to the question. My vision as a leader to Sabu leadership, fellow students, and the university is inclusivity will be my desire of implementation. As I have shared from my point 1 up to now, I have analyzed 3 points. 1 is balance, 2 is fairness, 3 is just. Inclusivity underlines my first point. My second point as a leader is all are mine, regardless is of the same denomination or from non-denomination. Due to that one, is my approach as a leader to listen to all. 3, how can I help the university achieve this vision? Through Sabu representation, representing the views of the university and representing the views of the students. I will ensure marketing of the university through emphasizing these clubs are moving out for social Sundays, for Sabbaths, and for activities for themselves to gain, for the university to gain, and for even doing exposure to those who are in high schools to make Baraton their choice.
Thank you. Since you got here, you have all been asking for us to vote for you. Now the opportunity is here. In 30 seconds, I want you to look at that camera and talk to your voters. We'll start with Bivon. Please keep it short, 30 seconds.
My voters, this is the moment. Decision is not tomorrow. Decision is today. It's my humble request. If you want the fruits of tomorrow, vote Bifon Maina Ichana. Thank you.
Thank you. Just what?
Dear voters, serving you is my priority. Being a servant to you is one of my greatest desires. I want to plead with you to vote me in, and I will give nothing but the best, not only to you, but also to Baraton University as an institution. Thank you.
Thank you. Majanga?
Okay. Number one, I said that my vision and mission is unity, accountability, and unity, accountability, and I'll ensure I make your spiritual needs addressed in a better way. So vote for Majanga, vote for change, vote for better spiritual life in Baraton. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the aspirant senators of religious affairs. Whether they have changed your mind, they have helped you make your decision to whom you're going to vote for on 20th of March. I don't know that, but I hope you've had them, you've had their side. This has been Hope Channel Baraton, the Sabu exclusive panel. Until next time, same place and same time. Good night.